Well, now, howdy there, partners, and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. Today, we're talking Aris.
If you need to cross Freeside, no one will keep you safer than I will.
Why do I need a bodyguard for crossing Freeside?
Just look around. People here are as like to stab you as say hello. That is, if I weren't at your side.
How much for your services?
200 caps gets you my watchful eye for a trip to the South Gate.
Okay, I'll hire you.
Done and done. I want to mention a few things up front. In order to ensure your safety, I need you to follow my instructions to the letter. We'll be heading down the main street here the whole way down. No detours. You go off sightseeing, and I go off to find another customer. I'll keep a brisk pace, so try not to fall behind. Now let's head out.
Jesus. I'm following
To your
him.
left here is the old Mormon fort. You get roughed up, the followers there will patch you right up. Not that I ever need their service. Up ahead on the next block is where the Kings hang out. Don't let them
Come to
scare
Mick
you.
and Ralph's
They
for
don't
all
outnumber
your
you
shopping
5 to 1.
needs.
Right.
Down to the right here is the fun part of town. You haven't seen Freeside till you've been to the Wrangler.
Nice.
Hey, slow down. I don't like the look of some of those men ahead. Let's take a different way around.
Right. I'm following. Just like you said. Oh, you're running a bit fast for me there.
Gotcha. Thought you could ambush us, huh? Nothing to worry about. If you had
Right.
hired one of those other hacks, you'd be up to your ass in lowlife right about now.
Hey, you only fired 3 shots. And there are 4 guys there.
Noticed that, did you? I keenly aimed one of the shots through some soft tissue of one of them to hit the man behind him.
Why'd you run ahead like that?
Call it a hunch. You do this job for long enough, and you learn to trust your instincts.
Right. I'm trying to not bring suspicion to myself.
Well, here we are. No worse for wear, are you? I trust that if you need to cross Freeside again, you'll know who to hire.
Right. Now, the real question is, were they... Thug appears dead, a victim of your recent hire. Let's examine the body. Quick study of the body reveals that the thug is still alive and merely pretending to be dead. Same thing for all of them. Well, now. He is a mighty fine actor. I'll give him that.
You look new to Freeside, so here's a little advice, friend. Don't go past the Southgate greeter without talking to it first.
Why wouldn't I want to go past the greeter?
Those bots are programmed to vaporize anyone who enters the fenced-in area without authorization from the greeter.
Thanks for the 3 advice. 3? Thanks for the free advice. Who are you?
The name's Old Ben. I've been living in Freeside since the day I was born.
What's your story?
I've done a bit of everything around here. Courier, butcher, crier, escort, gun for hire. Some of which I'm not proud of, but I do my best to help around town when needed.
Courier? I used to be a courier before I got shot in the head.
Exactly one of the reasons I got out of that job. Too many shifty characters looking to have someone else move their hot items.
Butcher? How'd you get into that?
My father ran a butcher shop here in town, but business went downhill when another vendor started selling this strange meat at half our prices.
Sounds odd.
You're telling me. Not long after my father's shop went under, and he passed away from the loss, people around town started experiencing shakes. No one gets shakes like that unless they're eating human flesh. But no one would believe me.
Gross.
The sick bastard gradually went insane and passed away. Wasn't long before someone moved into the guy's place and found half-buried human remains in the crawl space. I didn't bother saying "told you so."
Crier. What was that job like?
After a while, I made enough money to get a passport into Vegas. Back then, you could get approved for entry for a fraction of what it costs now. Well, I got a job working as a crier outside of the Tops, advertising for the local talent performing at the casino. That didn't last long.
What happened?
Well, being a suave young guy, I chatted up the ladies from time to time, and one of the manager's girls started to take a liking to me. I never touched the woman, but the jealous prick decided it was my time to go. He framed me by saying I'd stolen from the casino. Sure enough, a few grand was missing from the casino vault. I have to assume the bastard stole the funds and figured I was a convenient fall guy.
Wrong place at the wrong time, if you ask me.
Yeah, shit indeed happens. I was stripped of my casino apartment and all of my belongings and booted back into Freeside. From there, I didn't have a lot of career options, as my rep was destroyed. So the escort job sort of fell into my lap. No pun intended.
You said escort, like armed guard.
Well, I suppose you could look at it that way, but I was packing a whole different kind of heat. No, escort just sounds better than man-whore.
Oh, I could never do that.
Well, I didn't have any other career opportunities open to me at the time, and had to make ends meet. I was good at it too, but after a while I just felt like a piece of meat and had to quit.
Gun for hire?
When I quit the escort job, I had enough money to buy a pistol belt and some other gear. Bodyguards make a good, honest living, and I had the wits and physical build to handle most thugs. After saving a few tourists from trouble, I got a reputation for being a stand-up guy again, and after a decade, managed to save up enough to retire.
Let's talk about something else.
All right.
See you later.
Yep.
Alright, we get to go report back. Oh, that group of dudes that was like standing in the middle here was also most definitely planted, huh? Howdy. Doesn't really seem to be many like places open. I mean, I suppose we could always go down that way, have a look. Maybe after we do this. Also, you.
I've got my eye on you. You crossed the
You
creek.
rat bag. Howdy.
What do you have for me?
Oris is a fraud. He fakes attacks on his clients and then plays the hero.
So that's how it happens. Okay then, I'll have some guys pull him off the street when no one's looking. You've shown me something, so maybe you can help me with a matter that's a little more important. A lot of folks around these parts who've been here a while resent the sheer number of people that have come into the area since the Strip was built. In turn, the newcomers, most of whom come from the NCR, have gotten ornery from being resented. Sometimes things get violent. This is one of those occasions. Recently, a few friends of mine were attacked, and I want you to find out who did it. Words come that they just woke up over at the old Mormon fort just north of here. Head on over, see if they remember anything.
I'll look into it when I can.
Good. Return here when you found something.
I got some other things that need doing. Like talking to one Benny. Let's go into the New Vegas Strip. And I think we want this to be nighttime. Makes the lights look so much prettier. Now then, let us go and talk to the greeter. Howdy.
Submit to a credit check or present your passport before proceeding to the gate. Trespassers will be shot.
I've got a passport.
Thank you, madam. You may proceed.
Howdy, partner. You've come for a piece, haven't you? Welcome to New Vegas.
This place looks amazing. Where do I start?
The place to get started is Lucky 38. See that big old tower shaped like a roulette spinner? That's where you find Mr. House, New Vegas's head honcho. And he's itching to make your acquaintance.
Why is a robot passing on his invitation?
Well, now, it was Mr. House that made Securitrons like me. Seems the least I could do is pass on his message. Don't dawdle. He'll be waiting.
Right.
Keep moving.
See the street.
Those last 5 shots are a bad idea.
Can I have word from your commanding officer?
Howdy, Victor.
Partner. Good to see you again. Boss is waiting for you upstairs, so get a move on.
Thank you, Victor.
I see you brought a friend. Sorry, partner, but they're gonna have to stay outside.
No problem. I'll head up by myself.
Come back soon now.
I don't like that.
Where to, partner?
Go to the penthouse.
Penthouse floor.
Well, hello, Sugar. Mr. House is waiting for you in his office.
And who are you?
I'm Jane, one of Mr. House's girls. We keep him entertained. We don't get many guests lately. Perhaps we can entertain you as well.
What can you tell me about Mr. House?
Why, Sugar, he's the maximum utmost. If it weren't for Mr. House, we wouldn't have this fabulous wonderland of New Vegas, would we?
I didn't realize robots could have such strong feelings about people.
Sugar, I may be a robot on the outside, but on the inside, my neurocomputational matrix is an exact copy of Mr. House's favorite girl.
So, you're a copy of a dead woman. What exactly do you do for Mr. House?
Mr. House has a lot of needs, Sugar. I take care of all of them, and a lady doesn't kiss and tell.
Sounds like you're pretty fond of him.
Well, of course I am, silly. Mr. House is just the smartest, most wonderful man there ever was. Why, did you know he single-handedly reclaimed New Vegas from all those nasty tribes that used to live here? Well, he single-handedly sent in his Securitrons to do it, but that counts in my book.
Well, that's the most American thing he could have done.
Anything
Let's talk
you
about
like,
something
Sugar?
else. What kind of robots are you?
Why, I'm a Robco PDQ-88B Mark I Securitron, you silly goose. We're the finest in personal civil robotic security on the market.
Right. What's with the snow globe collection?
Not many people know this, but Mr. House is one of the world's biggest collectors of antique snow globes. If you happen to find any out in the wasteland, you can bring them to me, and I'll add them to his collection. You'll get a reward, of course. In fact, one of Mr. House's favorites went missing when we moved the collection. If you have a look around the Lucky 38, you might even find it.
Wow, lovely. Thank you so kindly, Sugar. Just no one has like a goodbye sitting.
Enjoy your time in Vegas.
Howdy.
This meeting has been a long time coming, hasn't it?
You've come a long ways, literally, and I suspect figuratively as well. I have to ask, now that you've reached your destination, what do you make of what you see?
I've never seen anything like this place.
Of course you haven't. Vegas always was one of a kind. What you see down on the Strip is just a fraction of the city's former glory, and yet, more than an echo, I preserved its spirit. Or perhaps you were referring to the Lucky 38? The years haven't been kind to her, but still she manages to impress.
Why the VIP treatment? I'm just a courier.
Oh, don't be coy. You've been playing a high-stakes game ever since Victor dug you out of the ground. Don't be afraid to admit it.
Let's get down to business then.
The business is this. One of my employees has stolen an item of extraordinary value from me, and I want it recovered. Simple enough.
I'd like to ask some questions first.
What did you wish to know?
What terms are you offering?
My only concern is the recovery of the platinum chip. What happens to Benny, I leave to your discretion. When you bring the chip to me, I will pay you 4 times the delivery bonus stipulated in your contract. How's that?
1,000 caps? I accept your terms.
Well enough. Return to me when you have the platinum chip in your possession. Any final matters for us to discuss?
Yeah, I have some questions I want to ask.
What else did you want to know?
Who exactly are you, Mr. House?
I am Robert Edwin House, President, CEO, and sole proprietor of the New Vegas Strip. I oversaw the city's renovations starting from 2274 onward. The 3 families are my employees. Before the Great War of 2077, I was the founder, president, and CEO of Robco Industries, a vast computer and robotics corporation.
You appear to be a computer, not a man.
Don't let the video screens and computer terminals fool you. I'm flesh and blood, not silicone.
Ah, you must be like a brain in a jar. And how have you stayed alive all this time?
Let's just say it was very costly. But I was willing to make the sacrifices longevity entailed, financial and otherwise.
How'd you establish New Vegas?
We can discuss this in greater detail at another time. Suffice it to say that when my Securitrons detected NCR scouts at Hoover Dam, I took action. I recruited a tribal force to supplement my Securitrons and renovated the Strip just in time to welcome the NCR as it marched into the region. Instead of war, a treaty was negotiated, and the money started to pour in.
Right, let's talk about something else.
What else did you want to know?
How do I get to Benny?
It won't be easy. Benny is always surrounded by at least 4 bodyguards, except when he's in his private suite on the 13th floor of the Tops.
Chairman are your employees. Don't they take orders?
It's more complicated than that. The chairmen share what you might call a tribal affinity. Look for a man named Swank, Benny's second-in-command. He's always been a reliable, if unimaginative, employee. Do your best to convince him that you're working under my auspices. If you have evidence of Benny's crimes, show it to him.
Say I want to take a diplomatic approach.
If you were to approach Benny in public, you might be able to leverage his fear of exposure to make him agree to meet with you in private.
Any ideas how I could catch him off guard?
Sneaking into Benny's suite on the 13th floor would be very difficult, but not impossible. There might be guards. Certainly there'd be a sturdy lock on his front door.
Right, let's talk about something else.
What else did you want to know?
Nothing. Goodbye, partner.
Well enough. Be on your way.
Well, now I suppose you lot won't mind if I have a bit of a look around? Good. Sure is a nice place for someone who doesn't have a body. Am I gonna get told off for being in here? Doesn't seem so. Well, I'll be on my way.
Congratulations, partner. The boss has instructed me to comp you to the High Roller Suite. You can bring your friends too. Be like a little clubhouse for the gang you put together. Just bear in mind, you're the only one gets to see the boss. Any friends you got, they can wait in the suite. Enjoy the digs, partner. They're plenty fancy.
Thank you.
High Roller Suite.
Wait, like that's an entire floor, or? Okay. That's kind of cool. Does that mean that when my companions get dismissed, they'll like come here? Can I have a bath? No. I got a question.
Where to, partner?
Never mind then. Let's go to the cocktail lounge. Nope. Hello? Where's the other radio? There it is. There we go. This is mighty empty. I do not appreciate the violent wind sounds. Let's go to the casino. Reckon there'll be people here? No. Alright, well. Let's go try find Benny. Howdy.
Hey, you there. I have a message for you. It's from Ambassador Crocker. Very important. Here you go.
Who the fuck is Ambassador Crocker? I wish to speak with you immediately in regards to important matter. I trust you have learned enough to know in your travels to know that the new California Republic is an honorable nation engaged in a beneficent mission in the Mojave in general and New Vegas in particular. It is in addition a wealthy nation that rewards persons who dedicate. Okay, cool. Allow me to assure you that if you've committed any crimes or misdemeanors against the Republic, it is in my power to pardon this shit. Stand ready to receive you at your earliest convenience. At the embassy at the end of the strip. Okay. Well, Boone.
I've got your back.
Can we talk
What
real
is it?
quick? Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good companion, but I'm starting to think maybe...
That's crazy.
Strip secure.
Almost out of caps.
Check that out. She just left the Lucky 38.
Damn, and she looks good to me too.
I'm starting to think I could find maybe some better companion. But let's explore a bit.
Hey, no one but Omertas are allowed to carry guns into Gomorrah. Check your weapons with me.
Here you go.
You'll get these back on your way out.
Right. Well, that looks like a safety hazard. This looks like a tasteful
Hot damn, do I love this place.
little casino. Howdy. Can I go in? Nope.
Holy shit, you've been in Lucky 38? You meet the big man in there?
Yeah,
I
I'm
hear
a
you've been
pretty
making
lucky
some waves
woman.
around here. I'm glad they don't let just any motherfucker through the gate. Freeside smells like shit.
Right. Courtyard. Now that sounds interesting. Oh,
Well, what do we have here, huh? Let me guess. You've heard about the mistress who makes all your fantasies come true. So you followed the call of your desires, all the way to the arms of Joanna, moi. Now that you've found me, I wonder, do you have what it takes?
I always have what it takes.
Oh, confident. I like that. So, what do you want to do with what you've got?
There is a part in my brain when I play games like this that if I get a special option voice line, I have to pick it. I cannot refrain from picking it. The better question is, what are you going to do with it?
Oh my, aren't you something else? I guess you'll have to see for yourself what I can do, huh? Consider it on the house, honey.
Actually, let me ask you some questions.
All right, honey. What do you want to know?
I have some questions about Gomorrah.
Yes.
What's the deal with it?
It's your paradise on this desolate earth, hun. Your troubles are gone, your pain forgotten, and your dreams come true.
Tell me about Gomorrah's clients.
Everyone wants a piece of their own personal heaven, so they come here for hours and hours, hun. Military men, NCR ranchers, wandering travelers. They're all the same without their clothes on. What they want, the Omertas provide.
Tell me about the Emeritus.
You best hold your tongue, friend, or someone here will take care of it for good.
Right. Let's go back to my other questions.
All right, honey. What do you want to know?
I'd like to know more about you.
Yes.
Damn it. What's your story?
Oh, nothing special, hun. I'm the best lay in Gomorrah, and that's all you need to know.
Do you like it here?
I like that you're here. Doesn't that make you happy?
Keep avoiding my questions. You bothered by them?
I'm not, but questions bore me, hun.
Shit, I don't have enough. Okay, let's talk about having fun.
Consider it on the house, honey.
Lead the way.
Follow me, hun.
I'm hoping it leads me to a room that I wouldn't, like, be able to get into. And maybe I can get somewhere I'm not supposed to be. If that makes sense.
I hope my dad doesn't find out how much money those hookers cost me.
Okay. I really need to get my medicine and my speech up. I didn't think I'd need it so high already. Okay, that's a really cute bed though. Is there anything in here? Okay, well, this has been a bust.
Come here, baby. I'm all yours. Are you ready to be all mine?
Goodbye.
Stay for a while, hun. Jump in bed and let me do the rest.
Hey, Boone, you want to jump in the bed? I'm good though. Thank you. I was hoping her room would have like some kind of a door that led to somewhere private I wouldn't have been able to get otherwise, but that's fine. I don't know why I imagined something out here would be like the door to the bosses or some shit, but it's not. I wonder if I can take a bath. You can, sort of. Now, is there anyone else here who's got a name?
Sexy lady, looking for a good time?
No, I'm good, thank you. Howdy.
Hi, honey. I'm Dazzle. What can I do for you? Or to you? Every night's ladies' night here.
Right, where are you from?
Well now, that's unusual. Normally no one cares enough to ask. To be honest, I don't rightly know. My mama was from around these parts. I can remember her face, but not her name. More than I can remember of my daddy, I guess. We lived in Westside before the Omertas bought me. As bad as it can be some days in here, it's better than living in that dump. Don't be a stranger.
So, they're all bought and sick. Or at least Joanne was. Joanna. I want to go to the sweets level. Howdy.
I'm glad they don't just let any motherfucker through the gate. Freeside smells like shit.
Right. Right. I'm not getting anywhere here.
I hear you've been making some waves around here.
Yeah, well, someone's gotta fix this shithole. How do I leave? Oh, the elevator, probably. Well, we're getting out of here. Ain't nothing worth it here. I'm not gonna dignify this place by giving it my money.
It's hard to sleep in this place, I tell you. Last night some girl was pounding on my door all night.
Now, where was it that Benny was supposed to be? He's at the tops. Which I'm assuming is this.
Hey, baby doll. Welcome to the Tops Hotel and Casino. I'm gonna have to ask you to hand over any weapons you might be carrying.
Why do you need my guns?
Security, baby. Can't make the bread if the bakers are full of lead. You dig it? Don't worry, you're safe as houses in here. Courtesy of Mr. House.
Right. Sure, here you go.
Smooth and easy, just the way I like it. Don't worry, they'll be as safe as kittens till you're ready to leave. Oh, and a friendly word of advice. If you happen to stumble across any weapons during your stay here, well, just don't wear them openly. You dig? Now that we got that little business out of the way, what can I do to make your Tops experience the tops?
Goodbye.
Have a good time, baby.
Don't call me baby.
Hey, there's the high roller.
Right.
How's it hanging?
Where am I supposed to be going? Oh, they're out of order? According to who? Somehow I don't think I'm supposed to be on this door. Howdy.
How's it hanging?
Well, that was worse than pig shit. Nothing worth it there. Let's see if we can make it to the office. It's a cashier. That's the theater. I don't think we should be in here. I think we should be trying to catch out Benny somewhere else. We just need to manage to find him. Where exactly that may be is a good question. Howdy.
Continuing patrol.
Beg your pardon, but could I trouble you to turn over your weapons?
Go for gold.
My deepest apologies for the slightest inconvenience. You have my assurance that everything will be returned upon your departure. But we simply can't have anyone waving their weapons around in the hotel. It's not the atmosphere we wish to cultivate.
You and every
Please,
goddamn hotel
enjoy your
in
stay.
this goddamn strip. Goodbye.
Adieu.
I am so sick of them taking my weapons. Now, does anyone in this godforsaken town know where the fucking hell Benny is? I'm gonna put a bullet in his head.
Welcome to Top Shelf. The drinks cost twice as much during happy hour, but they draw twice the attention, too.
Wow, that's so lovely.
Pleasure
Goodbye.
speaking to you.
Who's this old mate with his weapon out?
You watch yourself around Mr. Gunderson.
Beg your
Howdy.
pardon, stranger, but I'm looking for someone. You ain't seen a young man with dark brown hair and a white hat on lately, have you?
No, I haven't.
Ain't nobody got one darn piece of news about my boy. Not one lousy speck of information. Ain't got one Brahmin unaccounted for across a dozen ranches. But I'm here for an hour and my own son just up and disappears on me.
Why's your bodyguard allowed to have a gun?
Made me a special arrangement with the hotel. They want to do business with me, they got to play by my rules. A lot of people out there resent success. Might want to take a swipe at me. This makes them think twice. If I'd have been thinking, though, I'd have had him watching my boy instead. Then none of this would have happened.
You lost your son.
My boy, Ted. He was right here. I didn't leave him but a minute. I told him to stay put while I talked some things over with the White Glove folks. He was never one to stay tied down to a spot, though. Gets that from his mother. Got most of my staff out looking for him now. I'd be out myself, but I keep hoping he'll show up back here. Of course, if he does that, I'll whoop him till his skinny hide turns to leather for putting me through this. But that don't mean I wouldn't be grateful.
Let me help you find your son.
I'd be more than happy to have you. Heck, I'll hire anybody with a pair of legs and at least one good eye at this point. There'd be a lot of money in it for you if you can get him back to me safe. And if he ain't, you can bet I'll pay for the names of the sons of bitches responsible.
Right. What business do you have here at the hotel?
That's between me and the White Glove Society. But let's just say they control the food supply around here, and I got lots of food to give. But that ain't as welcome as you might think.
Did you say something about a white glove?
That's what they call themselves, the folk that run this place. They're the ones dressed all fancy with their bow ties and shiny dresses. Some of them got masks, too. Real hard to trust folks like that. A couple of them show their faces, and that's who I do my business with. I don't talk to none of the other ones.
Fair enough. Goodbye.
I'll be here.
All right, let's ask around.
What can I get you?
Never mind, you don't have any prompts for it.
Greetings. Have you been inside our bathhouse? The salts in the water work to balance the bodily humors.
Howdy.
Humbly at your service.
Never
A pleasure
mind.
doing business.
Howdy.
How may I be of service, madam?
Never mind.
Indeed.
Well, now, has anyone around here seen a boy in a white hat? I very desperately need to find him. Well, not really, actually. I'm desperately trying to find pompous dick in a checkered shirt, but regardless, I don't think he's here. So then I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. Well, now, it seems like the game has decided to shit itself once again, which is the third time it's done this in a singular recording session. So we're gonna end this one here. We'll come back with a nice clean new slate, and hopefully a game that doesn't crash quite so often. And we're gonna find Benny. So, as always, thank you guys so kindly for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.